Hello everyone. So today we'll be going to cover a question which has been asked in Sprinklr online assessment round, coding test round, I can say, when Sprinklr has come to my college during my internship drive. That is around, I guess, in May or June or July 2022. Okay, but when it has come to my, and this is the question which it has asked during the coding test. Okay, during the coding test might not be exactly same, it's the same only, might be the numbers are changed, okay, or this nums is given as array or something like that, minor variation of very minor variations. Okay, so the question says that the frequency of an element is the number of times it occurs in an array. Now you are given an integer array nums and one integer k. In one operation, you can choose an index of nums and increment the element at that index by 1. So you can choose, let's say, this 4, and you can increment this by 1. So 5 in one operation. Okay. In another operation, you can change this 5 to 6 also, or some other element 8 to 9 also. Anything can be possible. Okay, so these are the two things. And we have to return the maximum possible frequency of an element after performing at most k operations. So after performing at most k operations, maximum, at most k means maximum k operations, uh, one element whose frequency is maximum. So let's say after 5 operations my array has become like 4 4 4 13. Okay, now this can't be possible because we have to only increase it. Okay, let's just see. So our keyword is we can only increment the element, we can only increment the element, we cannot decrement it. So if I take this 3, if I take this 3, 1 4 and 8, okay, then for 1 4 and 8 I cannot I cannot decrease this 8 to 4. I have only one option, I can increase this 1 to 8 and this 4 to 8. So this 3 becomes 8. Or what else I can do, I can make 1 to 4, so this 2 become 4, so maximum frequency of 4 is 2. So 2 is my answer, maximum possible frequency of one element, which is 4, which is 2. So as of now, what is the frequency? As of now, frequency of 1 is 1, 4 is 1, 8 is 1, and 13 is 1. So max possible frequency is what? 1, because every element has frequency as 1. But if at all I change it to 8 8 8 and 13, okay, the frequency of 8 is what? 3, and 13 is what? 1. So my answer is 3, which is maximum possible frequency of one element. Which element? 8. So that we have to return, this maximum possible frequency. Okay, now it's very rare that we get to know that, okay, this is sliding window, because there is no word like subarray, substring, nothing like this words has been used in full question. Okay, so we didn't have any idea of, okay, we have to use sliding window over here. So what is the approach? What you can think of is, first thing is what I've said you already, that we have to just increment the element at particular index. So let's say I choose this subarray, okay, then I can always increase this 1 to 8 and this 4 to 8. So my 8 is the maximum element and I can increment this both to 8. But this also can be possible when, now it's not given that this array is sorted. Array is not compulsorily sorted. So it doesn't mean that in 1 4 and 8 8 is the maximum and I can make 1 to 8 and 4 to 8. So if I make 1 to 8, there will be 7 operations, and 4 to 8 there will be 4 operations. So 7 plus 4 is what? 11 is my answer for this question, if I choose this subarray. Okay, if I choose 4 and 8 subarray, I just need to increment 4 to 8. Okay, and my answer will be 2 within 4 operations. Clear? So it's not given that array is compulsorily sorted. But what if we can sort it? If we sort it, so if we sort the array, then always we can choose one variable sized subarray and make every element of that subarray equal to last element of that subarray. What do I mean to say? So let's say this is already sorted, so no need of sorting it. So if I choose 1 4 and 8 subarray, if I choose 1 4 and 8 subarray, so if I am choosing this subarray. Okay, if I'm choosing this subarray, then it's known that I have to make 8. I have to make every element is equal to 8. Got it? So if we sort it, we are fixed that we have to make it equal to the last element of that subarray. And now this full subarray size will become equal to what? 8. So this size of the subarray is the maximum possible frequency of my element. Correct? This is the maximum possible frequency I can get of an element, the size of the subarray which I will choose of the sliding window. And then I can move forward to check that, okay, now if I can make equal to 13, so that's what my answer lies everywhere. Okay. Okay. So now what could be the operations? Let's say I have already sorted. So we will first step is to, this is the STL function to sort it directly, any vector. So I have sorted the nums, I have sorted. Now what I have to do? Now how many operations? So let's say one I can do is sum. As and when I go in our J loop, we can maintain one sum variable. So until now, this sum will be 1 plus 4 plus 8 will be what? 5 plus 8, 13. And I have to make every digit equal to 8. Every digit equal to 8. So this size will be 3. So the sum I am expecting is 24 if every digit is 8. Okay, then how many operations are needed? Operations needed are 24 minus 13, which is 11. 11 operation is needed, but how many operations I have to do? Maximum 5. So we cannot take this. So we cannot take this. Okay, I hope you are clear. I hope you are clear. Okay, so let's just code it. Now remember our template of variable size sliding window which we have done in the previous video. So if you have not watched the previous video, I would literally suggest you to watch that first before going through this question, because this is literally hard. Okay, these are the two main logics. First logic is to sort it, and second logic is to make the sum and then finding the operations out of it. Finding the operations out of it. So now what we can do, we'll have two variables I and j. Okay, our n is the num size, of course. We have already sorted it. Okay, so this step we have already done. We will have one sum variable also, because we need to sum it as and when we go to find the operations. Okay, now while j less than n, so my j will be the last element of the subarray. Always we know that I is the first element of our subarray window and j is the last element. So what we will do, sum plus equal to every time nums of j. Okay, what is my expected sum? My expected sum comes to be this length. This length will be j minus I plus 1 into nums j. So if I am taking the subarray until jth index, then this could be my expected sum. Okay, so how many operations are needed? This expected sum minus whatever sum we have got. Now whatever sliding window variable size says, always for the maximum possible frequency, our first step is to say if condition satisfies, right? So if operations less than equal to k, this is what operations at max k, at most k, then what we have to do, we have to calculate the answer. Now I have already told you. So if it is satisfying, my maximum possible frequency will be what? Of course this length of the subarray. So length of this subarray will be my maximum possible frequency, and I'll do j plus plus. And in else what we will do, I less than equal to j and opposite condition. So here operations less than k, here operations greater than k. So until operations remain greater than k, what we can do, firstly we will do sum minus equal to nums of I. Okay, we will again calculate the expected sum. We'll again calculate the expected sum. So now our new expected sum we have to calculate after doing I plus plus. So what we have done, what we have done is, let's say I got this 1 4 and 8. This to be expect sum is 13 and expectation is 24, so this is 11. Okay, so operations became greater than k. Now my I is at 0 1 and j is at 2 index 8. I is here and j is here. So my I is here and my j is here. So what I'll do, I less than equal to j, operations greater than k. So what I can do is I'll just remove sum minus equal to 1. So from sum I'll remove 1. So my sum became 12 now, which is initially 13. Okay. Now to calculate the expected sum. So expected sum of this two only I have to calculate. Clear? So first what I need to do, first I need to do I plus plus over here. So if I do I plus plus, my length has been decreased to 2 now. So j is also 2. I became 1 now. So 2 minus 1 plus 1 will be 2. So now my subarray size is 2. Because expected sums calculation depends on the length, we have to first increment the I. Until now we have seen in the template, this doesn't depends on I. So we are not doing I plus plus, we are doing at the end. But here what we have to do, we have to do I plus plus first, and now our expected sum we can calculate. Okay, so now our expected sum will be what? This j minus I plus 1 into nums j. J remains the same, but I has been first increased so that this length decreases now. This means for this two only I have to do 8. So this becomes 8 to the 16 and my sum 12. Sum has to be 12 now, 8 plus 4. So I have removed 1. Then I increment I. Then this is 2 length. I calculated their expectation sum will be 8 plus 8, 16. And now 16 minus 12 will be 4. So now again you have to calculate is the operations which is equal to expected sum minus this sum. Okay, and every time of course you need to do j plus plus. And with this, as I have told you, after coming from the while loop, always check if operations less than equal to k, if your condition satisfies, do answer is equal to maximum of answer comma j minus I plus 1, and then do j plus plus. So as we have learned template, this became very easy. So you just need to find out what could be your calculation part, okay, what could be your sliding window part, and you are done. I hope this question is clear. It's very good question, and it has been asked in my coding round only during internship drive. Sprinklr has asked this question in our coding test. Okay, let's just quickly code it over the lead code. Okay, so let's just quickly code it. So our first step is to sort this nums array. Okay, this to be here, our I and j to be 0, and our answer could also be 0. Now in this case, our nums dot length can go up till 10 raised to 5, and our nums I means value of the array could also go up till 10 raised to 5. So in worst case, the maximum sum could become, let's say if all the elements are 10 raised to 5 and the size is also 10 raised to 5, the sum could go until 10 raised to 10, which is long, which is greater than integer value. So it's better to take the sum to be long for such cases. Okay, otherwise you will get runtime error. Now while j less than n, we will do sum plus equal to nums j every time. Okay, and our expected sum could also be long only, simply j minus I plus 1 into 1 ll. This is still typecasting of integer to long. Okay, into nums j, because both of this j minus I plus 1 would be integer and this nums j will also be integer because they have provided it in the integer. We have to multiply it with 1 ll to make it long. Fine. So our operations would be what? Expected sum minus this sum. So now just compare. If operations is less than equal to k, then our answer could be maximum of answer comma j minus I plus 1, and we will do j plus plus. Okay, and in else condition we have to run that while loop for opposite condition. So opposite conditions is operations greater than k. We will do sum minus equal to nums of I. We will increment first I. So now our expected sum is becomes j minus I plus 1 into 1 ll into nums j again, and we will do operations is equal to expected sum minus this sum. After coming out, we will check the condition again. If these operations are less than equal to k, We'll calculate our answer again. Okay, we will return it. Fine, let's just submit it. So there's actually very hard level of question which has been asked in my Sprinkler coding run. Okay, fine. So we will be doing some more questions in the next video. Those questions are also very good type of questions which I have for sliding window only. Some tricky type of questions which will be going in the next video. For this question, you will get the sample questions like this only in the description. Please go through it and do it. If you have any doubts, you can ask me anytime in the comment section, or you can connect me over LinkedIn if you want. If you have any personal doubt, we will connect over there. I'll try to help you as soon as possible. Okay, stay tuned. Do like, share, and subscribe if you have learned a lot of out of this video. And stay tuned for the next video, which will be based on variable size sliding window only. A little tricky type of questions like this only. Okay, stay tuned. Stay safe. Bye.